The 2024 season for the Institute's Architecture Awards has been open for a little while now and will be closing anywhere from early February through to mid-March. So make sure that you check out the 2024 entry handbook to find out when entries in your chapter close. For those of you who have already started your awards entries, fantastic. If you've started to complete your awards entries or you're about to start, this brief update covers the changes that we've made to the sustainability checklist and the overall eligibility of the awards that we've implemented at the start of the 2024 season. You might have already come across these changes in the awards handbook or on the entry system. However, I would recommend that you follow me just to make sure that you're on the right track. In the 2023 awards, the sustainability checklist was introduced nationwide and was a mandatory component of the awards entry. All entrants were required to complete the questions in all 6 sections, and only those who received a pass result in all 6 sections were considered in that sustainable architecture category. However, in listening to your feedback, we have made some changes to the sustainability checklist process this year. The requirement for all entrants to complete the checklist remains the same. However, you'll find that the checklist has been integrated into the awards entry system and no longer requires you to upload that Excel spreadsheet. This makes the process of completing that checklist much more efficient. The key difference in the 2024 program is that all entrants must receive a pass result in at least 2 out of the 6 sections in order to be eligible for the awards in any category. Entrants in the categories of small project architecture and heritage are exempt from this requirement. However, they are still required to complete the checklist to the best of their ability. Now, when you're working your way through the checklist, all the questions will either have a yes, a no, or a not applicable section for you to choose from. There are also a few questions which require a short numeric or text response. At the start and end of each section, you'll find a box that says your score in X. And that result in that box will either toggle to a pass or fail outcome depending on the responses that you've put in. At the bottom of the checklist, you'll also find your results for each section listed for easy access. So once you've completed the checklist, then all you do is you head to that next tab, which is named Are You Eligible? And on that tab, you'll be required to answer 3 questions regarding the eligibility of your entry, including whether you've received a pass result in at least 2 out of those 6 sections. Again, this requirement isn't needed for those entrants who are entering projects in small project architecture categories or the heritage categories. However, you still will be required to complete the checklist. If you'd like to be considered for the sustainable architecture category, later on in the entry form, you'll find an opt-in checkbox on the sustainable architecture tab. Make sure you tick that box if you want to be considered in that category. Only those who opt in will be considered. So once you've checked that box, you can also then upload additional information which will supplement your entry. That could be things like rating certificates, reports, assessments, maybe material and product specifications, things like that. And make sure you also include text in the provided boxes on that sustainability checklist. Now, the questions on the sustainability checklist are unchanged from last year. Our information session that we hosted back in early 2023 goes through those questions in some detail and how each question contributes to that pass or fail score. And that recording can be found on the awards page on the Institute's website. So we're looking forward to receiving all of your entries for the 2024 awards season. However, of course, if you do have any questions, do not hesitate at any stage to reach out to your friendly team in the chapter who can help support you as you continue your entries. All the best for the 2024 awards season.